Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nats Extra Special Edition of Mastering Midlife: How to Thrive When the World Asks the Most of You. Today, we're going to talk about the Washington Nationals. If you don't know anything about baseball, the baseball teams play all year long, grueling season to get to what's called the World Series. The World Series is one of the greatest events in all of sports. Sorry, you Super Bowl fans. This family happens to be heavily involved in the World Series, and our improbable Washington National baseball team has made it to the World Series. I say improbable because the Washington Nationals started their season, I think it was 19-31. It looked like it was a bust for the season. It was chock full of talent, really, really good players, and really had high expectations, but it didn't pan out. How often has that happened? You have everything in place, all the right pieces. You hire just the right sales guy. You write just the right people, and they just don't work out. There's something intangible that's something going on. You can't figure it out. So we're going to talk about this improbable run in the World Series. Now, we don't know if the Nats are going to win the World Series or not. When I'm recording this, tonight is the final game, Game 7. It is now tied 3-3 in a best-of-7 matchup. The Nationals moved the way they got here is really incredible. So let's talk about some of the fundamentals that I've noticed that actually have gotten them to where they are. The first is they did stack the team with talent. There's plenty of talent. You need the right tools. You need the right ingredients in order to get where you want to go. If you don't have them, you need to create them. If people are mediocre, you need to be a leader and get them up to speed. And if you spot talent, you grab it, which is what the Washington Nationals organization did. Great pitching, great hitting, a really, really good team, but it just wasn't working out. The next is you need to have a vision. And this was, I was surprised to hear. Dave Martinez, who is the manager of the Nationals and who is credited with never wavering that this team was worth something and was going to be something, talked about how he visualizes the parade that's going to happen when they win the World Series every single day, even when they were under 500, when they were a losing team. Every day he visualized. Now, that's not wishful thinking. It's creating an endpoint. It's creating something that you are emotionally attached to, that you care about more than anything, and you visualize that. And then what you do is you take the steps to work towards that vision, that passion, that emotion that's in there gives you the wherewithal to make choices each day that will step you towards that. Plus, it just gets your mind, your body, your nervous system, and everybody around you ready for that goal. So he visualized tonight winning and coming home to Washington, D.C. to a ticker tape parade, which, by the way, I can't wait. And again, we don't know if they're going to win tonight or not. When you hear this, you'll know whether or not they won. But I don't care. That's superfluous to this conversation. The second piece is to never give up. So the motto is stay in the fight, stay in the fight. And now in the World Series, it's finish the fight. Violent um, violent metaphors aside, uh, it's perfect. It's like, so what's new about this Nationals team that's different than every other team? Past years, they would always be stacked with talent and they would do really well, and then at the end of the game, they would implode. And that happened a lot with their ending pitching, the bullpen, over the year. Stay in the fight, stay in the fight, stay in the fight. Never give up, never give up, never give up. Even in the last out, 2 outs, never give up. 2 strikes, never give up. And they showed that all year long. So that became a team culture, a team motto, a value of theirs. Never give up. It doesn't matter. The next piece was Dave never thought of it as a 19-31 record. He never thought of it as a 50-50 record. He never thought about that. He instilled in his players, it's 1-0. We win this game, 1-0, 1-0. We're always 1-0. So that we always forget what happened in the past. We learn from the past, but we don't carry it with us. They say the best baseball players are dumb baseball players who don't remember the last at bat. This not carrying the baggage has helped them be lightweight, and be able to focus on 1-0, just this game, win just this game. It doesn't matter what it looks like out there. It doesn't matter what the Dodgers and the Braves and the Astros are doing, what their record is. It only matters what we're doing and what we're doing now. The next piece is getting loose. He brought on a guy named Gerardo Parra, this really lovable character in baseball. He was really good for a while, but he's not in his prime, and there's really no reason to add him to the roster, except for the fact that he is infectious. He's such a loving guy. He is so fun. He brings so much energy to the clubhouse, and this clubhouse was in need of energy. They were a losing team, and they were just struggling with injuries and heartbreaking losses. And he brings Gerardo Parra in, and Gerardo wears awesome sunglasses. He dances in the dugout. Every time they did a home run, he got them to dance. The famous thing, if you go look on YouTube or anywhere in the news, you'll see that for his slump, he was in a slump. He wanted to shake things up for himself, so uh, he used for his walk-up song, and all the players have a song that they walk up to that kind of inspires them. Baby Shark, which I had never really heard before because my kids are older. But Baby Shark, and in Baby Shark, it's a children's story, song, and there's all kinds of hand movements and shark movements with your hand, which is really fun. Again, you got to watch the video. And to have 40,000 people every time he walked up to the batter's box doing Baby Shark, and then they started selling shark hats and shark costumes, and I have friends who sit home in their shark costumes while the games are going on. It turned this thing into a lively thing. Every time someone gets a base hit, they do the little Baby Shark move towards the dugout. It makes it exciting. It makes it fun to be successful. It loosens up the team, because if you're tight, if you've got to win, if you're not at your best, when you're loose, you're more creative, you're more receptive, you're more open to ideas and thoughts. Again, this is in business too. I talk about this all the time in my ladder of consciousness. When you can be at your best, when you can be out of your lizard brain, when you can be less tight, you're going to be more successful. And Gerardo brought this to the team in spades, even when they're down in the World Series, 3-2, and the Houston Astros are just wiping the floor with them. The Nationals can't get a hit for anything. Last night they come back and they crush it. So being loose, staying with 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, having a vision, staying in the fight, all these things are, and then having the right ingredients in the team, all these things add up to the intangible. The Nationals won the wild card race, which is a way to get into the playoffs without having the best record, which was improbable. They beat a better team. Then they beat the Los Angeles Dodgers, which arguably were one of the best teams in baseball, one of the best records in baseball. And there was no reason for them to win there, and they won that. And now with the Astros, it's incredible what they're doing. So we can learn a lot from the Washington Nationals. So stay loose, have fun, forget the past, except for what you learned from the past. 1-0, 1-0, stay in the moment, and take it from Davey Martinez. Visualize your outcome. And this is what I've learned so far from the Nationals. Go Nats. I want to wake up tomorrow morning publishing this podcast knowing they won the World Series, but it actually doesn't matter. They've won. They shot for the moon. And no matter where they get, they're way further than they ever expected, right? Just if they don't get to the moon, it doesn't really matter. They're out of the stratosphere. All right, go Nats. Love y'all. Have a great day.